True fans live for their team. For those true U of A fans, there is Hughes Federal Credit Union. Show your U of A spirit and put technology and convenience at your fingertips. Hughes Federal Credit Union. Smart choice.
Welcome to Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley here with Greg Hansen. Greg, at some point we got to talk about this.
Yeah.
The Arizona women's basketball team is struggling mightily. Nia Butts does not appear long for the job. This could all come to a head here in the next couple of weeks. She and the Wildcats played their final home game of the year over the weekend. I think the smart money is on her not returning.
What are they, 11-61 in the Pac-12 the last 5 years? And her contract expires.
Yeah.
I mean, she's been given more than a fair chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Where do you see this program heading? And is this something that Greg Byrne will prioritize? Does he want to make them successful long term?
That's a real good question. I don't know if he'd give you the true answer.
Right.
But they've been embarrassing. You can't be embarrassing, can you?
No.
Like that?
No.
It's the worst program on the campus. You got to fix it.
Right. And how do you fix it?
Well, in the West alone, I think there are about 3 candidates who just jump out and say, hire me, and somebody's going to hire them. Ryan Williams at Colorado State, they're 24-1 right now. He's 40. He's the guy somebody's going to pick off this year.
Well, and wasn't Arizona linked to him maybe
Right.
obliquely like a year ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the hot guy. You know, there's a 32-year-old assistant at Oregon State named Mandy Close. She is the rising young star in the business. She played for Oregon State. She's going to be a head coach somewhere soon.
Right.
Greg Byrne picked Tabitha Yim, assistant out of Stanford, to run the gymnastics program.
Right.
This would be in the same template.
Right. Well, I think that's one of the things when we talk about candidates. Greg Byrne has a type.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You take away Rich Rodriguez. Every hire since then, Greg Byrne has a type. He wants somebody who is young, who is energetic, who can recruit 15, 16-year-olds, somebody who will not break the bank,
Right.
and somebody who will probably use this job as a springboard to a super elite program.
His hire of Jay Johnson to run the baseball program, you know, like a 37-year-old mid-major head coach.
Right.
To me, and Tony Amato for soccer, same thing.
Right.
So you would think that's the way he'll do it.
Right.
Ryan Williams at Colorado State would be right down the alley for him.
Right, yeah. One name, though, and it's interesting, and maybe locally we make too much of it. I don't think we do.
Yeah.
Todd Holdhouse.
Oh, man.
I mean, he's not 40, but he's young. He's energetic. He's turned Pima College,
Yeah.
which has about as much resources as
They have nothing.
into a power in the ACCAC. I mean, is he a guy who has what it takes to be a Pac-12 head coach?
Maybe I should disqualify myself on this because I like him and respect him so
Right.
much. He is first class.
Yep.
And you know that as well.
Of course.
He is, he's got a towering presence. He's like 6'8".
Yeah.
And
so
he's,
giant Viking. Yes.
and what he's done at Pima, a lot of people just shrug off Pima.
Right.
But they're in the toughest league in the country.
Right.
And they're right at the top.
Yep.
They played for the national championship 4 years ago.
Right. What I've noticed with him, and I'm sure you have too, he is a leader. I mean, capital L leader.
Yeah.
He is not their friend. He is not a buddy. I mean, he is a coach and a leader of people. And my big fear, if Greg Byrne were to hire somebody from somebody's coaching staff, you don't know how they'd be as a head coach.
Exactly, yeah.
Todd Holdhouse has proven that he is the man with a capital M as the head coach at Pima.
That would be so good if they hired Todd Holdhouse that I've convinced myself it'll never happen.
Really.
It's just, it makes sense like you just explained.
Right.
And locally, why don't you hire a local guy once?
Well, it's certainly going to be interesting here as Arizona. Certainly, Greg Byrne has a big decision to make with regards to Nia Butts and then possibly who he hires to replace it. It's interesting because I think we can both agree. While Nia Butts has certainly lacked for wins, I think that she may be as well liked a person as there is in McHale.
That's what makes it all so complicated.
Right.
People really like her.
Yeah.
And I do too.
Right.
But she's had 8 years and it hasn't worked.
Right. It's true. It's true. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. For Greg Hansen, I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.
True fans live for their team. They buy the gear, they order the tickets, they pay for the seats and the experiences. For those true U of A fans, thankfully there is Hughes Federal Credit Union, offering the latest payment choices such as U of A debit cards, paying online, paying a friend with pop money, or using Apple Pay with your mobile phone. Show your U of A spirit and put technology and convenience at your fingertips. Hughes Federal Credit Union. Smart choice.